Welcome to the week where we celebrate Black-owned fragrance houses and Black creators. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the second sample that I got. I talked a few videos ago about Sexy Eyes from Blackcliff. This is another fragrance from Blackcliff, and I took a sneak sniff of it earlier, and it's a lot different from Sexy Eyes. I really enjoyed Sexy Eyes. I thought it was definitely wearable, definitely could be unisex, and it didn't lean either way. This one is marketed to men. In fact, the website reads, "Pink used to be a male color. It still is if you're man enough to put it on. Mr. Pink is an undeniable gourmand with a heart of carnival candy and rich vanilla balanced with oak moss and smoky labdanum." So that's how they're marketing it. I get right when I spray it, almost entirely the earthiness and the smokiness, and I think it comes from the labdanum and the oak moss. If there is cotton candy and yuzu, kind of saffron vanilla in here, it's tempering the animalic nature of the labdanum and oak moss a little bit, and it's just a hint. So I think those sweeter fragrances work together to make this an earthy fragrance with just a touch of sweetness. So I'm not getting a carnival really at all, nor am I getting particular flowers like the yuzu flower or the saffron notes that can tend to be sweet, but it is good. It's very woody, and I think that it is sexy and woody. It's the owner is a man named Tomlinson Binot, and he is from Barbados, and he wants his fragrances to evoke the sense that he had growing up in the island, which are very natural, very like athletic forward, because he talks about playing out in the sun and the beach. So I think that's kind of where his fragrances are coming from. At least that's the way they describe the brand. The perfumer is Kyle Mott Kannenberg, and he's done 11 fragrances for Blackcliff, as well as another 7 for OSM, including Disco Nap, whose name I love, and then another 3 for Tempest Vitae. He's definitely an experienced perfumer. They definitely gave him the reins of a lot of the product at Blackcliff, and given the fact that he's the nose behind Sexy Eyes and Mr. Pink, I think he's got a very wide range. And I do have a side note that I thought was interesting when I was doing my research for this particular fragrance, and that's that they used to harvest labdanum from goats. And by that I mean the goats used to walk through the bushes of labdanum, and in those bushes they would get some of the resin stuck on their coats. And so the initial place where they found this wonderful scent was when they would brush goats and the resin would fall out. In fact, they even suggest that the Egyptians, who had faux beards, had made them out of labdanum-rich goat hair. So just a little fact, a little trivia moment for you. Check out Blackcliff. They're fantastic. The 2 that I've smelled, I love. I've also seen some other reviewers do Mr. Wonderful and a handful of the other ones. So maybe get the Discovery set. I think it's definitely worth a sniff.